Okay, so today we're making a red wine, poached cranberry, and brie appetizer. Want to know what that looks like? Check it out. Looks tasty, right? Okay, so this recipe is awesome, but stay through to the end because I got storage tips for the stuff that we're using in this recipe. So let's get cooking. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our cranberries to a medium saucepan along with our sugar. And then we're gonna add in our red wine. And you've heard me say this before, good wine makes good recipes. So don't make this with just some crappy wine you don't like. I'm using this delicious Zin from Klein Cellars. So we go ahead and add in that wine. And then we're gonna add in our tea. We're using the tea to kind of just easily spice up this compote without having to have a bunch of spices on hand. So you just go ahead and add that tea in. You wanna heat the mixture until you start to hear those cranberries kind of pop. So you don't want them to fully break down like a cranberry relish you use for Thanksgiving. You wanna keep some of that structure. So just when you begin to hear them pop, take the cranberries out of the liquid, set them aside, and then we're gonna take that liquid and we're gonna cook it down by about half until it's just nice and syrupy. After we've reduced that wine mixture by half, go ahead and add those cranberries back in, and then we're gonna put the mixture in the fridge to cool it down a little bit. Cool it for about 30 minutes. When you're ready to serve, take your brie wheel, put it on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Here's a little trick. You take your parchment and crumble it up first and then uncrumble it. It'll shape to whatever pan you're using it in, so a lot easier to work with. Okay, so when you're ready to serve that brie, just go ahead and pop it in the oven at 350 for about 5 minutes till it's nice and warm and softened. Be sure not to overbake it. You don't want it to crack open. And then take it out of the oven, plate it, take that cranberry sauce that's been cooling and just pour those cranberries and that sauce over the top. You probably won't use all of it. You have a delicious festive holiday appetizer. Oh, and if you add some powdered sugar to the top and a sprig of rosemary, you're gonna up your Christmas right there. So, oh, but don't go anywhere. You know what time it is. It's just the tip. Okay, so here we go. Here's my tips for you. So here's how to store sugar. Sugar will actually last indefinitely. The thing about sugar is it just needs to be in a cool, dark place that's void of moisture. You want it to like not be exposed to moisture. Stored that way, it can last indefinitely. That's white sugar, brown sugar, it's gonna last. You don't have to worry about it going bad. It lasts indefinitely, but it has to be stored in a cool, dark place. No moisture. What about those herbs? Well, here's the thing with fresh herbs. We use a sprig of rosemary in this recipe, and you might have a whole lot more depending on how much rosemary you purchase. So store your rosemary in a glass jar, just like cut flowers, with a little bit of water around the stem. Boom, that rosemary stored in the fridge that way will last up to 2 to 3 times longer. And that works for rosemary, thyme, cilantro, parsley. Those woodier herbs like rosemary and thyme, they're fine the way they are. For like the tender ones like cilantro, you might want to put a bag over the top, but store them in the fridge. They'll last up so much longer. I have a trick for you. If you want to chill your wine fast, so you used a red wine in this recipe, but say you got a bottle of white and you're having friends over and it's last minute. Here's how you chill your wine super fast. Submerge that wine so it's at least halfway covered by ice water, and then add a cup of salt to that water. Agitate the bottle in the water every few minutes or so. Within 30 minutes, that bottle of wine will be ice cold, colder than you can get it in the freezer. It's the best way to chill wine. Like this recipe? Give me a thumbs up. Something you want to see? Drop a comment down below. If you'd like to cook like I do, I release new videos every single week, so stay tuned.